Namaste everyone, and welcome to the second Anchor of Light for Monday. And before we start, let's ask for a blessing, shall we? To the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, to all the spiritual elders, Holy Masters, Saints, Archangels, Holy Angels, and spiritual helpers. Of course, personally to my teacher, Master Sui, maha, guja, we thank you for divine light, divine love. Thank you for your compassionate, purifying light and soothing, healing energy. We thank you in full faith, and so it is. All right, so I hope you're not tired of the Chinese proverbs, because they seem to be smart. One of the things that caught my eye was, one generation plants the trees, the next generation enjoys the shade. And it sounds so cryptic, but I think most of you figured it out. A lot of us have a tendency to just think of my life. Am I happy? Do I have enough money? How's my relationship? Everything's I, me. Okay? And we fail to recognize that we're here for a purpose. It's like some great teacher said, we have to leave this life better than we first came in. Think about it. Like, we have to leave, by the time you leave your body, right? And all of us going to do. It's just a matter of when. Some of you live longer than others, right? So the whole idea is, when we leave our bodies, go to the higher worlds, to heaven, and inner worlds, whatever word you want to use, you want to leave it better than when we first came in. Translation: what is our contribution? Right? Because it got me thinking, with COVID and pandemic and whatever else is happening, we have a tendency to focus on, what's going on with my life? What is it for me? How can my life be? All that is great and wonderful. That's called self-interest. Self-interest is good. Okay, write it down. Self-interest is good. Because if you don't have self-interest, then, there's no goals in life. You don't want to achieve anything. That's not good. So self-interest is good. But the way my teacher said it, he says, okay, there's 7 days in a week. How many cars do you need? Do you need 7 cars? One for each day? How many sets of clothes do you need? How many sets of shoes do you need? Oh, some of you guys, don't touch that one. No, his point is, there's a certain moderation that is needed. You take care of yourself, you're happy, your family is happy, you got roof on top of your head, you have luxuries, so on and so on. But it has to be more than that. What can we contribute to humanity? What can we contribute to the world? And a lot of you, we've been with me for, almost 2 years now, right? We started in March. You always hear me tell this story. I was in a room with my teacher, and he was giving, it's a small group. He says, it's very, very important for all of us to leave a spiritual landmark. Some of you might remember that talk. Leave a spiritual landmark. Because oftentimes, what happens? We do our thing, right? Most people, what do? They're born, they grow up, they have an education, maybe they get married, maybe have a family, their bodies grow old, they retire and die. It's like, and that's it. Of course, in the eyes of the higher souls, like, all right, interesting incarnation, right? But all of you who are watching this, I assume you want something better. You have a higher purpose, the ability to contribute. And that contribution essentially is leaving a spiritual landmark. You want to say that, we want people to say, hey, this person, because of him, because of her, how many people's lives were transformed? How many people who were suffering, the suffering was alleviated. Because of this person, of his sacrifice, her sacrifice, people's lives are better. Society is better. New laws were instituted, and so on and so on. And I'm sharing this with you because a lot of times we don't think about it, right? We just want to go through life. What's in it for me? I want to accomplish this, accomplish that, which is good. Again, I'll be the first person to tell you, never settle. But at the same time, you also want to say after your life is over, your physical life is over, you go, that was a good lifetime. right? You want to look back and say, that was good. I'll do more in the next lifetime, but at least I made the most out of this. Now, I want to share something with you. This goes a little higher than that. And many years ago, in the Philippines, I'm in the Chinese community, right? And my mom loves going to fortune tellers. You see, in Asia, we don't call them psychics. We don't call them clairvoyants. We call them fortune tellers. It's like, tell me my fortune. It's not like, oh, come on, give me a reading. It's like, give me my fortune. And I've been to so many of them. Basically, my mother drags me over. Okay, come on, read this kid's hand. Blah, 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 and so on and so on. Anyway, it's interesting. If I remember correctly, one time, the guy said something. I mean, as a kid, who cares, right? I'm sitting there listening to this yak, 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 yak. And my mom's like, oh, yeah, tell me more. I'm going, are we done yet? Because I've been to so many of them. But I remember one thing, though. This guy said, your family is good. And the reason it's good is because of your grandfather. He's talking about my grandfather. It caught my attention. I go, my grandfather? What's it got to do with us? And later on, I found out that, I think it was the 1930s, 1940s. My grandfather, at that time in the Philippines, the Philippines was under Japanese occupation. Okay? And our family was very, very poor. Very, very poor. And the story that was going around is my grandfather was walking home one day from work and came across a bag. Okay? He said, no sound? Sure? Let me just make sure there's sound, huh? I think there's sound. Okay. There should be sound. If not, clean out your ears. Yeah, I think they can hear. Okay. So anyway, my grandfather was going home, and somewhere as he was walking, he saw a bag, and he opened it up. It was cash, a lot of cash. Now, most of us would say, Lord God, thank you for the blessing. Money falling down from heaven, right? Most of us would, me included. We say, oh, man, that is great. Remember, they were super poor, dirt poor. And guess what he did? He took the bag, went to the police station, and said, oh, somebody dropped their bag of money. They might be looking for it. Here's the money. I know what you guys say, yeah, but the police are corrupt. No, that's not the point. The point is, he did something that's way above most of us would do, especially considering how poor the family was. He gave the money up. He didn't even think about it. And the reason I know this is because the news went around Chinatown and said, this crazy, stupid guy, they're so poor, and yet there's this bag of money. Instead of taking it home and say, Lord God, thank you, give it up because he has good character. Right? So what that psychic was, or that fortune teller was saying, the reason you have goodness and good karma, good life, so on and so on, a big part of it is because of the goodness of your grandfather. And I remember, if you've ever read the Bible, it says something to the effect, the sins of the father go down 7 generations. Well, guess what, buddy? The goodness of the father or the mother also goes down 7 generations and who knows how many. Translation, what we do affects the people around us, especially the ones who are our next generations. Think about it. So it just came to me today because I was looking at it and go, you watch the news, everything's about the election, about money, about COVID, about vaccine, people gets all roused up with so many things. And understandably, everybody has their opinions. But when all is said and done, think about it. When all is said and done, when you're about to take your last physical breath, what if you ask the simple question? Have I left this world better than where I came in? Have I contributed anything to the betterment of others? And how much? Now, I'm sharing that with you, even though I hope all of you live for a long, 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 long time physically. You don't want to be in that moment and said, well, that was a complete waste of time, buddy. Right? Or life of regret. You can say, It was a good life. Not because I lived well, I was happy, I was well fed, I, me, in the lower sense, but the I, the spiritual self, the bigger I, was able to contribute to the world. Think about it. So if you think about it that way, you go, what can I do from this day forth? What can I do to contribute to the world? Number one, stop contributing to psychic pollution. How? By complaining, thinking bad thoughts. All those, even though, thinking that guy's a jerk or so on, so on, so on, you're contributing to psychic pollution in the world. It's just like you have a piece of machine that keeps spewing out smoke. But instead of smoke, we're spewing out emotional, mental crap. Right? So that's one. Stop producing crap. Smog. Psychic smog. And the other one is start off by something we can do that's free. Because some of you think, oh, but money. So no. Number one, stop producing negative thoughts and emotions and immediately replace it with meditation, spiritual practice, and project love, kindness, good energy to other people, which is what we're doing every time we do Anchor the Light. Right? So have yourself a ritual, a routine. So that's as far as what you can do with what you have without spending a single cent, dime, dollar, whatever your money is. And then from there, you have to ask yourself, what else can I do? Can I help people who are in need? If your finances are good, you can do it. Contribute money, help someone else. Give money to charity. Right? Can you volunteer your time? If your area opens up or is open, you can physically be in a safe space and be able to feed hungry people, give counseling, do it. Or if your area is not yet open, like a lot of places went to lockdown, can you do it online? Can you call some friends and say, hey, how you doing? Haven't talked to you for a while. How's everything going? Because oftentimes we think no news is good news, but some people no news is because they're drowning. They're drowning. And sometimes just a call, a message, say, hey, how you doing? Just someone to talk to. That's contribution. I'm sharing this with you because a lot of times we get so focused on ourselves, as I said earlier. Me, I, what's good for me? And we fail to realize that there are other people who need help. And once your crown chakra gets really, really activated, not the heart only, okay? I want to clarify that. Because oftentimes we say, oh, he's a good person, she's a good person, they have a big heart. The heart chakra is the chakra of love, personal love. People people you have a direct connection, your family, friends, that's the heart chakra. The crown chakra, the love is more expanded. People you probably will never meet. You see there's people hurting in Louisiana because of the hurricane that just came in. There's funds that are set up. You go, I feel bad for them. I really want to do something. I don't know if I can physically go there, but there are certain charitable organizations that are doing it. Let me contribute. That's the crown chakra. That's not the heart. See, most people screw that one up. They think that it's your heart. No, it's the crown. Because the crown is universal love. Universal love means whether I get a direct connection with you, whether I get a thank you or not, doesn't matter. It could be someone suffering across the world in Afghanistan, with what's going on there with Haiti, with the earthquake. You say, they need help. Maybe physically you can be there, maybe you can't, maybe you're going to missionary work, whatever it is. But at the minimum, you say, well, maybe I can contribute money. Because at least this money can be utilized to do such. Make sense? Now, I know some of you go, yeah, but I don't know if it's going to the right place. Look, let's say you use a little common sense. The funny part is, every time I bring that up in class, you always have some guy who always complains, yeah, but I don't know, it's so corrupt. Okay, quit complaining. Then look for an organization, vet them as well as you can, and before you give, do your best, do your due diligence. The money's not wasted or corrupted. When people say that, I don't say anything in class. I just, oh yeah. That's why I say, oh then, do your research. But right then and there, you know what it tells me? This person is finding an excuse not to give. If they're honest with themselves, they're just giving us this stupid cockamamia reason. Oh yeah, but deep down, they don't want to give. So immediately their default is find a reason why it'll be corrupted. But in reality, it's like, they just don't want to give. Make sense? Now, if you take a little further, just in the same line, and one of the things my teacher always does, and for a lot of people it's shocking, it's like when he comes to the United States, we're walking down the street, there's a beggar. Okay? He will give money. He'll just pull out money and say, okay, give it to him. And one time, he gave me $100. He said, give it to him. I said, Master, 100? Hey, follow instructions. Okay. So I gave it to the guy. The beggar went like this. And, it's funny, the way it worked, I gave it to him, and the messenger happened to walk by. He goes, hey, it's real. And then he walked away. And I remember in the car, messenger said, tonight, that person's life changed. He probably lost faith in humanity, but to have somebody give him that much money, which he's normally getting coins, might have changed his perspective in life. Okay? Hear me out. Of course, you're always going to have people who have nothing else better to say. Yeah, but Master, you don't realize they might use that money to buy drugs. They might use it, blah, 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 blah. And I remember one time Master actually says, well, we do what we could. We help them. If they misuse it, nothing we can do about it. At least we did not deprive them. We did what we can at that point. And another time he said, look at it this way. You give somebody $20, okay, just to make it easy. That $20 for you is like, okay, $20. You probably wasted $20 on things that are useless, right? For that person, if that person uses it and is able to feed them a few meals, you've done your part, right? If they misuse it, it's not on you. You did what you could, but that person make their own choices. However, if you look at it this way, you don't give them and they could use it. And for you, it's like $20 is no big deal. But for them, that could, who knows, save their life or just save them from a severe disease because they could use that money to buy some medicine, whatever. How would you feel? So it just makes us think. Here we are talking about, yeah, we are one. There's oneness in the universe. One this, one that. But when somebody's suffering, you won't lift a finger. So do you really believe in oneness? Ouch. I think sometimes I should soften it. Because sometimes we go like that. And some of you cannot tell me, that's hitting a little too hard. Well, as we always say, even we don't shoot straight, we don't tell it like it is, I'm not doing my job. And I remember many years ago going to church, and there's this preacher, I think he's still around. He says, if I come up to the pulpit and tell you what you want to hear, just to tickle your ears, I'm not doing my job. Whoa. It made me think, same thing. I'm not charging you for this angular light. What do I have to get for fooling you and making things up? Nothing. However, I would not be able to do my job. I would not be doing my job if I sugarcoat stuff when in reality, by knowing something that's been taught by my teacher that has helped me a lot, if I tell you like it is and he can help you, I've done my job. Now, we've had comments where people's feelings were hurt. In fact, I remember there's one person says, I like your message, but I don't like your delivery. Too bad. Sayonara. Go somewhere else. So, just think about it. Are we doing anything to leave this world better compared to when we first came in? What have we contributed? Now, one last thing, just to kind of put it all together, because some of you I can sense are going to, it has to be like sacrifice, you have to suffer in order to make the world better. No, you can have best of both worlds. And that's why my teacher always says balance. You take care of yourself, that's called self-interest, right? Nothing wrong with that. Somebody accuses you of self-interest, you go, what's wrong with that? I'm not hurting anybody. Hey, but you're rich. I didn't steal from anyone. I worked hard. God bless me. What's your problem? You're just envious, right? So if you didn't hurt anyone, you got it, you're blessed, take it. Now here's the key point. In addition to self-interest, there also has to be interest in contributing to other people's life. So if you're blessed, you're rich, everything's good, and all you do is, I don't know, buy stuff and live in a mansion, 20 mansions, and people are suffering around you and not lifting a finger, then that could be a problem. But if you're blessed and you're serving and sharing, that's heaven on earth. Think about it. Your life is good, you're blessed, you're happy, you're prosperous. At the same time, you're contributing. That'd be literally heaven on earth. Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be? That's how I look at it. Like, you wake up, your life is blessed, you have things that you want, you have luxury, you have whatever it is, you go on holiday, vacation, all the good stuff. And at the same time, people are blessed because you exist. That's why we always say, you are blessed so you can be a blessing to others. Write it down. You are blessed, so what? You can be a blessing to others. So going back to the quote, the Chinese proverb, one generation plants the trees, the next generation enjoys the shade. What are we planting now to benefit the generation after us? It doesn't necessarily have to be our offsprings. It could be just people who we encounter every day. So how many years later, right before you leave your body, you go, that was a good life. That was a good life. Think about it. Let's meditate. To the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, thank you for all the blessings. To all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, spiritual helpers. To my teacher, Master Choco Sui Maha Guja, thank you for the blessings. Thank you for the teachings. Thank you for the opportunity, not only to better our lives, but especially to be able to contribute and be a blessing to others. We thank you in full faith, and so it is. All right, you ready? Put your hand like this. I am that. I am. I'm not the body. I'm not emotions. I'm not the thoughts. I am the soul. I am a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, and divine power. That is my true nature. A spiritual being going to an earthly journey. I am that. The soul, the spiritual self. I am connected in one to my higher soul. I am connected in one to the divine spirit in me. I am a child of God. I am one with God. I am one with all. There is only oneness. We are one. We are one. We are one. Be still. Just say our hearts are one, our souls are one, our spirits are one. There's only oneness. Now imagine Earth in front of you the size of a little ball. Be aware of your heart in your hands. Just imagine beautiful pink light from your heart, flowing from your heart through your hands and blessing your family. Your loved ones, your friends, the people you work with. Let that beautiful pink light spread throughout the entire earth. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Wherever there's hatred anywhere in the world, let me sow love. Bless every person, every being on earth with peace and with love. Let my soul be filled with peace and love. So it is. Where there's injury, let me sow pardon and forgiveness. May every person, every being on earth be blessed with peace, with love, with spirit of forgiveness and reconciliation. May all be blessed with peace, love, and forgiveness. and let my soul be blessed with peace, with love, and forgiveness. As I forgive, so shall I be forgiven. As I show pardon, I will also be pardoned. So it is. There's only oneness. Where there's doubt, let me sow faith. Where there's despair, let me sow hope. Let's recall people who are going through challenging times right now. Many with their health, their finances, their relationships, even their emotional and mental health. Visualize their lives turning around and getting better and better. Bless them with hope and with faith and a better life. So it is. May my soul also be blessed with hope and faith. So it is. Where there's darkness, let me sow light. And where there's sadness, let me sow joy. Be aware of your heart and your hands. Fill the earth with peace, with love, with a spirit of forgiveness, with hope and with faith, with light and joy. So be it. So be it, and so it is. Now be aware of your heart. Take a deep breath. Be aware of your crown. Exhale. Transform that personal love into universal love. So just be aware of your crown and just say, we are one. Our hearts are one, our souls are one, our spirits are one. There's only oneness. From the heart of all-loving God, through my soul, through my entire being, may every person, every being on earth be blessed with love and kindness. May my soul be filled with love and kindness as I share it with every person, every being on earth now. So be it. May all be blessed with great joy and happiness, with understanding, harmony, and divine peace. Bless your family, your friends, the people you work with. Bless them with peace, with love, and kindness. So be it. Blessings be to all. Now, be gently aware of your heart and your crown. Take a deep breath. And exhale. And visualize even brighter golden light just pouring out of our hands like rivers of golden light. Let that river of golden light just flow through your family, all the people you love, the people you work with. Let that golden light spread to the city you live in, the state, the country. Let that river of golden light just flow and fill the entire earth. From the center of the heart of God, through my soul, through my entire being, may every person, every being in the higher worlds, middle worlds, even the lower worlds, let all sentient beings in every dimension, every direction be blessed with God's unconditional love and kindness. Let all be blessed with inner peace and inner healing. Let all be blessed with understanding, with harmony, goodwill, and the willingness to do good. So be it. So be it, and so it is. Now be still, be aware of the energy flowing through us. Just keep your tongue in the roof of your mouth. Be still, and let the blessings flow through us, filling your family, your loved ones, friends, people you work with. And let that loving energy flow to the areas in the world that need blessings. Places like Afghanistan, places like Venezuela, Colombia, South Africa, Iran. So many places in the world that people are suffering but never get into the news. May all be blessed with peace, with love, and with healing. so be it. May the United States be blessed. May all people who are suffering be divinely healed, so be it. Just be still. We're just grateful for this opportunity to be the pipelines to let these blessings flow through us. Blessings be to all. So be it. Now lower your hands. Just keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Be still. Imagine a beautiful golden star, a golden sun just floating above your head, just like a beautiful miniature sun floating above your head. The image doesn't have to be clear. Know it's there. Simultaneously be aware of the love within your heart. Allow love within your heart to gently rise up to your crown, up into that beautiful golden sun. And stay there. Be still. Be aware of that brilliant light. Remember your true nature, a being of pure energy and light. Be aware of the light that is you. And listen. Om Mani Padme Hum. May your soul be filled with waves of love, mercy and compassion. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Be still. Allow yourself to just be filled with waves of love, sweetness, and ananda, divine bliss, divine ecstasy. Be still. Just be aware of that love within you, that light within you. And just simply let go and just let things happen. Now. Om. Let your frequency go higher, higher, higher. Now. Om. You, the spiritual self, are now immersed in brilliant, brilliant light. You, the soul, the spiritual self, are immersed in an ocean of divine love. Be still and just simply let go. Let things be and let things happen. Now. Gently, very, very slowly, very gently and slowly, come back to your physical body. Very gently move your fingers, move your toes. Gently and slowly settle back into your physical form now. Raise your hands in blessing. We'll release the excess energy by blessing Mother Earth and different places of the world that need blessings. May every person, every being be blessed. May all be blessed with good health, with happiness, with abundance and prosperity, and spirituality. So be it. Bless your friends, your relatives, people you know who need blessings. Fill them with beautiful golden light. Blessings be to all. So be it. Now, to ground ourselves, be aware of your feet and the base of your spine. Project golden light down into the earth and repeat after me. Let our beloved Mother Earth and all her children and all of creation be blessed with divine light, divine love, and divine power. Let our beloved Mother Earth be healed, regenerated, and revitalized. Blessings be to all. So be it, and so it is. Let's give thanks to the Divine Supreme One, Divine Father, Mother. Thank you. To all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. Personally, to my teacher, Master Chokoksui Maha Guja, thank you for your immense blessings. In full faith, and so it is. All right, you can open your eyes. How was your meditation? We crank it up a little bit. You know, you have this universal field, universal flux field, quantum flux field, the Higgs field. What people don't realize, that universal field contains information. So when you tune into that massive energy in the universe and you feel connected with all, that's what you call oneness. It's a certain frequency. And I've been experimenting to see how far we can take you. And speaking of reaching more people, next week is Unleash the Power Within, UPW. Of course, it's virtual with Tony Robbins, and it's going to be based on Australia time. And I have the privilege and the honor to be guiding the Meditation Twin Hearts with Sage Robbins, same time on Sunday. So if you have not signed up for UPW, if you haven't done it yet, you have the opportunity to do it right now, virtually, wherever you are. It's just you have to adjust to the time. Just go to TonyRobbins.com. I will be at the event, and It's amazing. I know thousands of people who have massively improved their lives. So do it. Anyway, so that means that on Wednesday and on till next Friday, the Anchor the Light meditations, I might have to adjust it. We'll let you know because I'll be in Florida at the studio. Okay? Namaste, everyone, and please leave your comments. Hope you liked it, and we'll keep going. And remember, let's leave this world better than when we first came in. Namaste, take good care, and we'll see you Wednesday. Bye-bye. God bless.